Hi, this is Ralph Volker, Scout Executive for the Pacific Harbors Council. And joining me today is our Development Director, Charlene Maselli. Charlene, how are you this fine scouting day?
I'm doing well, Ralph. Thanks for asking.
Hey, today we're going to say, first and foremost, thank you to all the table hosts who are going to be joining us at this event. We want to spend a few minutes going through what we can do to make you the most successful, make the event successful, and a few changes that are going on. So, Charlene, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's the most important thing that our table hosts should be worrying about right now?
Absolutely. First, I want to echo Ralph's thank you. And right now, what we really need you working on is filling your table. Every table has 8 seats. One of those seats will be for you as the table host, and if you'll invite 7 other guests to join you that morning, that would be great.
So should you just invite 7 people, or can you invite more than that?
I think you should invite as many friends as you can possibly invite. If you have overflow, we can put your guests at the table next to you, so they'll still be close by, but still get to come and enjoy the program.
All right, and so if you need more invitations, how do you do that?
So if you need us to send you the Evite again, that's an interactive Evite. We can absolutely send that your way, and you can ship it out via email to your friends and family. Otherwise, you can come by the council office. We have printed invitations available if you prefer to drop off something and be a little bit more personal when you give the invite.
And at some point, you need them to tell us who's coming.
Exactly. So we want to make sure the registration goes smoothly. It's going to be early in the morning, and we plan to have a lot of guests that day. So if you could give us your list of the people that you're planning to have at your table, then we'll go ahead and make sure that we've got everything set that morning when they get there.
And the flow is going to be a little bit different as we enter into it, so it's going to be important that we know who all those people are, because it's not going to be, we're not going to have that kind of social gathering that we normally have at the beginning.
Correct.
And in fact, your committee has been really doing a wonderful job putting together a wonderful program, and they've made some decisions about how we could do some things a little bit differently, and so I want you to go through what's a little bit different.
All right, well, let's start with arriving down at Foss Waterway Seaport. Parking is going to be maybe a little bit different than what we're used to. There's actually going to be a lot of option for parking, but it still would be easier and better if you would choose to come in carpool style, come in with a group of people. It's not necessarily limited parking, but the closer parking is a little bit more limited. As you can see on the slide that we're showing, there's anywhere in red is the available parking. And as we get further out, getting closer to what is the 11th Street Bridge, there's going to be the requirement for us to use shuttles to get our guests back and forth. So that's a little bit different this year.
So we'll have some friendly scouters there to help shuttle you back and forth, both at the beginning of the program and at the end, if you're going to be parking far enough away. And we have a lot of close spots, but we just are concerned that the attendance is looking so good this year that if we have a lot of people come and a lot of people bring separate cars, that we might have to have a plan like this.
That is absolutely correct. And so we'll also make sure that the shuttles we use to go back and forth are clearly marked so people know when they're getting into a shuttle that is specifically meant for the Scout breakfast.
Okay. Now, once we've got them parked and they come in, what should they do? What should the guests do?
So when you first come in the doors, you're not going to be able to miss registration because it's going to be right there straight in front of you. And so this year, after we get you signed in, and we're going to give all of our guest name tags this year, the next big thing is to go ahead, grab your coffee, grab your food. We're going to do it buffet style this year, which I understand is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. Go on and go sit down and start with food and fellowship at the table.
So once we start the program, it's going to start and we won't really stop until it's over. And so just so you're aware, that's a pretty big change.
Correct. So now, make sure you fill up on your food, get your plate full, and sit down and be prepared for when we start our program.
Yeah, and we're kind of excited also. The Sea Scouts are going to be bringing a couple of the boats, we hope, and parking out there. So you'll never know when you'll see the Odyssey and the Sea Scouts right there.
Right there, exactly. We're excited about that.
So our program has got kind of some special things happening with it. One of your running buddies is going to be coming and being our guest speaker. We're kind of excited about having her come. Tell us a little bit about her.
I'm really excited. Lisa Hallett's going to be our guest speaker this year. She is the founder of Wear Blue Run to Remember. She's actually pretty well known across the entire United States. She's done motivational speaking across the country. She's even done a couple of TED Talks. Anyway, she's going to come out and tell us a little bit about her story. She's pretty excited to come talk to our group because she has children in scouting right here in Pacific Harbors Council.
It's kind of fun to have one of our Cub Scouting families and Scouting families be a well enough known speaker to come and talk to us, and so that's pretty exciting she's coming.
Exactly.
So, but we've also got another kind of special treat happening. Tell us a little bit about Dan.
I'm pretty excited that we also have Daniel Konzelman coming out to do the invocation for our event. Daniel Konzelman, you may know, was in the news in December when we had the tragic train derailment down there in DuPont, Washington. Daniel Konzelman was one of the first on the scene at that accident, and he said that he sort of had the instincts to do the right thing because of everything he had learned as a scout.
Yeah, he has, 4 brothers that are Eagle Scouts? I think it's 4. But it's kind of fun that Scouts are always in the news, and Dan's a great example of that. And it's going to be fun to get a chance to meet him.
Great scouting family.
So once we are doing the program, Lisa's going to talk, and then we're going to have one of our board members make an ask of the guests. So what should the table host do once the ask is made?
So once the ask has been made by our very own Lori Brown, what we need you to do is start to have your table guests go ahead and fill out their forms, collect those back, and when you do that, if you don't mind keeping a tally and sort of figuring out what the total is for your table, and then as you put all of that information inside the envelope, it'll really help us out if you go ahead and put the total for your table on the envelope.
So one of the things that I've been most excited about, Gary Gessel is our event chairman. He's put together a team of folks. I think you're going to see a real fun program that day, something your guests are really going to have a good experience with. What else are you excited about with this event?
I'm just excited because this is my first one, not only for this council, but I actually haven't been to one of these events in the past. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to have some time with Lisa Hallett. I think you guys are going to love her. Really excited about the committee I've worked with and sort of seeing everything come to fruition.
Well, again, thank you very much for being a table host, and we look forward to seeing you just in a few weeks when we have our FOS breakfast at the Foss Waterway Museum.
That's right. Thank you very much. We so appreciate your support.